All right, what's up, everybody? We're going to be going over kind of trades from today that I took and kind of how I took them, and a different concept than that haven't really shared here publicly on this channel yet. And so I wanted to go ahead and kind of go over one. We have the QuantVue layout, the one that I've been messing with Q Elite. Two longer time frames on here. The median time frame, we have the Q Rinko, or the Rinko chart up here. With the Q Pro for taking scalps, and I use the Q Wave, and I use a 5.5 band deviation. It's what I've changed on there. I also have Q Line on there as well. But over here, I have a 2-minute NQ normal candlestick with smart money concepts chart. And again, I told people before in the past that I switched between the 2-minute and the 5-minute, but I like the 2-minute for this specific thing. And just to clean this up, I'm going to really quickly focus on the break of structures, right? And the change in character. But more importantly, I'm going to focus on these orange boxes that I drew myself. So I'm going to turn off the smart money concepts just so we can see these orange boxes. And people are going to wonder why I have these boxes drawn and why do I have a purple one up here as well. Well, it's pretty simple. It is what I consider support and resistance levels. Now, smart money concepts will tell you that this right here is a change of character, right? This big breakthrough right here, because we had this previous level, right? And this change of character can then act as support. But what happens if I told you that there is another reason for this, not just it being a change of character that then, was, resistance, and now that's support, and almost, wicks to the T over here before going up. Well, it's the wicks on the 2-minute. This is what I'm looking at. I'm looking for, if I zoom out like this, I'm looking for consolidation, right? What I'm looking for is to highlight. If I zoom in here, you can see I'm highlighting the wicks. Like I'm highlighting the wick off this candle to the wick up here. And look, we're getting lots of wicks in the zone, lots of wicks. That's what I'm looking for. So that's telling me that this is a high level of support or resistance, right? That can turn into a support level, which is exactly what we see. See the same thing here. We see this push up right through, right? We see this consolidation. So we get this push up, push back down, consolidation in this zone. Look at all these wicks, wicks. Lots of wicks off the top. I'm looking to highlight those wicks, right? So if over here we come back and we push through, right? I'm not necessarily looking for the break of structure, like right here where this is double topping and we're basically making a new high. What I'm looking for is this pullback. So we close above these wicks right here, right? And then we have a pullback into it. This is what I'm looking for my entry to continue this long. Because if you're waiting for the break of structure, right, then you hopped in probably right when it broke or potentially closed, and you're thinking that it's going to continue push like it did here, but then you would have this huge drawdown. So what I'm looking for is a pull back into this zone on the 2-minute to basically take this long. Now, let me turn on the data window. Let me move smart money concepts to the top so it stops flickering. All right, so that's kind of one of the basic concepts of looking for wicks, and you can do this on the reverse side too when we're going down to make lows, and I'll show you that here in a second. But same thing here. We have these nasty wicks, more wicks here. We have this push through. So what I'm looking for is a push through, a close above this level, and then a pullback. And this is probably going to be better to see this one. This one doesn't quite pull back all the way into the order block, right? Which sometimes that happens, but sometimes it most likely does pull back. This is also at the 101, which is news today. 101, we had 30-year bond auction happen. So this is a news event. So, it's not the perfect ideal move, but it's the same concept. Same concept kind of up here. We have wicks consolidation, wicks, 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 right? We push down, push back through, and then now we're sitting right here, this wick down. That's what I'm looking for my entry, basically. So I'm looking for entry right there. Take that, stop right here. And like a lot of times when we're looking for these moves specifically, especially when we're in a trend day like this, right? When we're looking to capitalize on this move, right? So I'm taking it there. I'm putting my stop pretty much right below this orange box, right? I'm putting my stop like there. And sometimes I might have it a little bit further, especially if I think that we're going to make a midline bounce like we did. I know we did it earlier today on one of these boxes, like right here, right? So we had this, you know, push right here, midline bounce, push out, right? You know, so a lot of these moves here, you know, you targeting, you know, 3 to 1 to 5 to 1, right? I mean, you can really set these moves up to be really tight, you know, and 10-point stops and be capitalizing on 50 points. And that's what I like this strategy. Same thing here. We have wicks, 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 wicks. Theoretically, you can make this wick, you know, up to that point there. But sometimes I like to keep it like this. It just depends. Let's just say if you went up to there, you're waiting for this pullback into the zone, right? See if it's respecting. Now we've been going all day long, so I'm expecting this to kind of potentially, you know, have a little bit of a pullback today. So I'm not super quick to jump into this. I'm looking for kind of a close above, but now we're kind of getting to this point where I don't know if I would want to take this anymore, right? And you can see I also made this purple box. It's the same concept. These are the wicks on the downside. And so if we were to come down from this trend, let's see, if we were to come down from this trend today, I would be looking for, let's see, I'd be looking for a move like this where we would break down, right? Come down through here, come back up, retest this, and that would be my entry, right? With the stop right above it, same concept, just to the reverse side. And it would be looking to play, hopefully, down to this lower part here. But we didn't even get to that point. So, and I kept on drawing the purple boxes kind of as we went up today. I kept on, you know, kind of drawing them. So like right here, I had another purple box, right? Just in case we kind of broke this level here. It was this level. So at a purple box, at some point, I'll just copy and paste this one. At some point I had a purple box that looked like this here, just in case we came through, and then we'd come back up, hopefully retest that box and continue to the downside. You know, this is also goes into like fibs too. It's like on big moves, I'm looking for, you know, a Fibonacci pullback a lot of times. Today we never really had a pullback. I mean, we had this massive move up to the upside. We had about a 50% pullback there. Let's just, if we drag it out to the wick, which this is like an outlier wick, so I don't always like to make my fibs off of that. But yeah, I mean, even if we go to the outlier wick, that's a 50% pullback and then continuation to the upside. And so that's kind of the concept. I mean, I like fibs. I like paying attention to wicks. A lot of times, and it's hard to do that sometimes on Rinkos, right? Like, I mean, you can kind of see the consolidation on the Rinkos right here, right? But you don't get the same effect, right? I mean, this is that same move, right? If we zoom in right here, we can see we have this consolidation. Let's get a rectangle going here. All right, so we have the consolidation right here. And, you know, if we were to kind of play that out, we'd be looking for the push up, push back into it, and that would be my entry, right? It's the same concept, just here on the 2 minute. You have the same thing that happens on the Rinkos. I think it's easier to see it when it's on a 2-minute chart when you have wicks, right? Because wicks show that it's a high level of like support or resistance, right? Where sometimes you have chop sideways moves, right? Like, let's see if I can find one. It's from today. Maybe not. Maybe like this zone. No, but that's still all this wick territory here. Sometimes you'll have like moves in the Rinkos that will look like chop, right? And look like a area of support or resistance. But that could have been just really quick movement back and forth in one candle and gives the illusion that that is a support or resistance level, where when you look at it on 2-minute or 1-minute or even a 5-minute, that you won't see that. The last thing I wanted to just go over is kind of just saying a shout out to all the people crushing it in the QuantVue Discord channel. PKI is back. I'm excited that he's back. Yeah, if you don't know who he is, he's an amazing trader. He's been crushing it, you know, has $30,000 payouts from Apex. Like, this dude is a beast, right? So you can see him trading 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 accounts right now. Just got back in the US, slowly wrapping back up, he says. This is just one of my 50K accounts. Is linked to some other accounts as well. But, you know, on my 50K accounts, making $400 a day is kind of the idea zone that I think people want to be in, especially when you're first starting out. There's no reason to aim higher than that, right? Let's see. We have Sauce here. He has 2 PA accounts where he made about 300, 200. But look, he's up over 2,000 already, $2,000. So he almost has these PA accounts actually to payouts. Let's see, who else do we have? This guy just passed a top step evaluation. We have this guy passing. I mean, he's trading like 20 Apex accounts. I don't know if he's passed them. They look like evals right now. Caveman's been around for a while. Stress-free trading on 50K PA accounts, 2 to 5 M&Q contracts. And so, you know, these are actually funded accounts that he's on, right? I mean, so this is, you know, making over $1,000 a week on those accounts. I don't know if that's just one or if that's all of them clumped together. You know, we have people just passing, getting their certifications left and right. We have someone showing about $4,300. Let's get to like someone that's really crushing it. Let's see. I know recently Jay just withdrew a decent chunk. So he's up $9,000 on 3 my funded futures accounts, and I think he's actually got those to pay out. So I think he's getting a new payout. He's only been hitting payouts really since January. He's already up over 5 figures in payouts. So yeah, I mean, people ask if people trading the QuantVue systems are real. It is, and it works extremely well. And I'm going to be doing a longer video on how Jay's trading, because I think that's super fascinating, because he trades a little bit different than how I typically trade, but he's crushing it. I mean, he's getting to multiple payouts, 5 figures in payouts. He'll be at 6 figures in payouts by the end of this year. I almost have no doubt in my mind. If he just stays on the current trajectory that he's on, he will have over 5 figures in payouts or 6 figures in payouts by the end of this year. Anyways, that's it for this video. Make sure you guys like, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. And also make sure that you go follow me on my YouTube channel as well. There's also a giveaway for a cooler and a Blue Sky account and some other things. Just check the description for all that. And come in the QuantVue Discord channel and, you know, ask questions. If you want to know how other people are trading, getting to multiple payouts, just reach out. Anyways, that's it. Peace.